you cool cats, hot mamas, and everybody marches to the beat of their own drum. Welcome to a very special episode of Talking at Six. I'm your guest host, Wolfman Swilly, aka welcome to Miss Grimwood's neck of the woods, aka tis the season for a classic, aka Colonel Calloway, he went that away, aka Elsa Frankenteen on the scene, aka some of the only tolerable scrappy scenes, aka look at Winnie. She hitting that shimmy. Ooh! AKA, and you think your dad's a monster. AKA, Red Shirt Shaggy had the swaggy. AKA, and the puns don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on. AKA, the Callaway Cadets ain't ready yet. AKA, how do you trap a ghost? Doo 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 doo. I don't want to get sued, although busting does make me feel good. Ooh, AKA, yes, Revolta Mama. Today's episode, I will be taking a stroll down memory lane and checking out the 1988 classic Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School, baby. So strap on in, enjoy the ride with Wolfman Swilly. And if you hate this voice, you might as well skip the episode, because it's staying for the whole ride, mama. Awoo! And for those of you that aren't familiar, this takes place in the Red Shirt Shaggy universe, which consists of Scooby Doo and the Boo Brothers, Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School, and of course, Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf Mama. Awoo! All these films take place in the same universe and consist of not necessarily Mystery Inc. The team only consists of Scooby, Shaggy, Scrappy Dappy Doo Daddy, and Shaggy's girlfriend, who I cannot remember her name, but also only exists in this universe. And for most of these, they actually do not drive the mystery machine. Shaggy has his own van, but also Shaggy has a red shirt, and also weirdly, the monsters are real in these. Like Boo Brothers, I haven't seen, but I'm assuming that one's about ghosts and they're real ghosts. This one, of course, takes place with Miss Grimwood's School for Ghouls, and they're real monsters. And then Reluctant Werewolf is also real monsters, where Dracula turns Shaggy into a werewolf, and we'll probably explore that in a later episode. But in all these, and everything in this universe is are real monsters, and there's also the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, which was not Red Shirt Universe, but Red Shirt adjacent, where it's Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy, and Daphne, which then gets called out later in the movie of Scooby Doo and the 13th Ghost, which is a callback to the series. Because 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo was a series, and that not just a movie, but it's a movie that calls back to that series. And then also during that movie, because Velma and Fred are in the movie, they actually make a point to call out that Velma and Fred have never met Scrappy, because any of the Scooby-Doo content with Scrappy-Doo does not have Fred and Velma in it, so technically, canonically, they've never actually met Scrappy, which makes it a lot funnier in the movie that Scrappy's the villain and they all hate him, and also in Mystery Incorporated, when they see the statue of Scrappy, and Fred says, we swore we never speak of it again, because a lot of people hate Scrappy, but him and where he exists in the actual Scooby-Doo canon is really weird and hard to track down, and no one really knows what is and isn't canon with him, but this is one of those movies that takes place with Scrappy, and honestly, it's just Scooby, Shaggy, Scrappy, and no one else from Mystery Inc., so it's kind of hard to place this in the canon, but honestly, it is a good one. I will admit nostalgia plays a big role in this, baby, because I saw this when I was just a small pup, but it stuck with me. It was a Halloween classic. Cartoon Network would air this every year around this time. It would air this along with several other Scooby-Doo movies, but this was one of my favorites. It was so good. It's simple. It was funny, so I had to take a trip down memory lane and revisit it and share that experience with you fine folks. I will say this. This movie has a lot of puns, and none of them are good. They are very, very terrible, but also it is 1988, so what kind of, they got away with it. It's 80s cartoons. They weren't really going in that deep. It wasn't that in depth. For those of you that, I don't know how you found this, but if you just happen to be, Gen Z or younger, I don't know how you got here. This content really ain't aimed at you, but I will say this. These were back in before cartoons were hard hitting, before they were how do I put this? Before there was as much effort put into them, before they were extremely well structured stories, they were just kind of like, here's some jokes, here's some animation, here's some moving pictures, throw it to the kiddos so they shut up for a little while. Speaking of a little while, this one run about 90 minutes, so you got an hour and a half of just Scooby Doo shenanigans, because this here is the classic Scooby nonsense. It starts off funny, because it starts off with Shaggy heading towards me, it starts off with Shaggy talking, Shaggy essentially tells how he got basically tells the group, tells Scooby and Scrappy that he's headed to his new job as a gym teacher at Miss Grimwood's finishing school. Miss Grimwood's finishing school for girls. But it's funny because they break the fourth wall during it. It does the the opening credits play during this scene, and it zooms in and does the circles around the face where everything else is black, but the circle when the face says starring Scooby Doo, and Scooby realizes it. And then he moves it in front of Shaggy, and Shaggy says, "Scoob, not while I'm driving," and moves it back to Scooby, and then Scooby moves it over, then Scrappy pops up. There's also one part where the lightning, like they're driving during a storm, and lightning strikes, and Scooby says, "Zoinks, riding," and Shaggy says, "Oh, you mean lightning, Scoob?" And he means no riding, because the credits are popping up in front of him, so Scooby is literally pointing out the credits, the name of William Hanna, and Joseph Barbera that is on the screen, because they are the creators of this, and it's put on the screen, and Scooby points it out. So therefore, I don't know why I'm over explaining what a fourth wall break is. I'm sorry, baby. I'm a wolf man. I'm not the brightest. Ooh. But essentially, it starts off with a fourth wall break, so you know it's gonna be some comedy shenanigans ensuing. And when they get there, they pull up. They actually pull up to the wrong school. They pull up to the Callaway Academy and realize, oh wait, we're at the wrong place. Oh, we working for the building next door, baby. So they pull up to Miss Grimwood, and on the sign you see it says Miss Grimwood's finishing school for a ghouls, with ghouls written in red paint. They completely ignore that and still go inside. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop doing the moment for moment breakdown and just get to the point. This movie essentially has four different sections. It's them getting there and realizing the girls are monsters. It's them working to help the girls win their volleyball game against the Callaway Cadets. It's sorry for the spoiler, but it's Raposa, who's a witch, trying to turn the girls evil. She's the main villain in this. And then it's followed up by them saving the day and then meeting the new recruits for next year. And then they get frightened by them, of course. So classic Scooby-Doo's head up. They get scared when they first meet the girl. They get to the school, it's rainy, it's spooky, it's set in the old burned down old mansion. It looks scary. So when they meet the girls and see that they're actual monsters, of course Shaggy and Scooby try to bail on the job. When Scrappy does what he does best and tries to keep them there. And then they find Miss Grimwood points out that Shaggy did sign a contract saying he would do that job. So legally he is binded to commit to that job. And Scooby and Scrappy were, of course, witnesses on it because, it's funny that Shaggy signed his name and then they put paw prints in ink. But also, they eventually learn that the girls are completely harmless, although they are monsters and not in the way you anime freaks are thinking. But don't worry, because I likes me some anime too. These are monster girls in the sense of they are the daughters of classic Hollywood movie monsters. You have Sabella, who is the daughter of Count Dracula, which I really don't know how that plays into Scooby-Doo versus Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, but I think it should make sense because Dracula is the one that turned Shaggy into a werewolf, but I don't think they ever mention it. You have Phantasma, who is the daughter of the Phantom. You have Winnie, who is, of course, the vampire. Not the vampire. She is a werewolf. I am mistaken. But also Wolfman, brain not big. Ow! You also have Canis, who is the daughter of the mummy. She's also the youngest, and she's extremely adorable. She's a mummy. She's tiny, and she has a little skirt design with the mummy wraps, but also she has a big head and this little pink bow. She is absolutely adorable. I love her design. You also have Elsa Frankenteen, who was the daughter of Frankenteen Sr., because this was 1988, and that copyright wasn't up yet, so they couldn't legally call him Frankenstein or Frankenstein Frankenstein's monster for you sticklers out there. But she refers to him as Papa Frankenstein Sr. Also, I think it's funny that all these monsters only had daughters, but not in the sense of, oh yeah, dog girls and or they were inferior in any way. Just, it's funny that they all had daughters and they enrolled them in the same finishing school. But then there's also the girls from next year, which they don't get named, but when they're shown at the end of the movie, it is the daughter of a Martian, the daughter of a Swamp Thing, and of course, the daughter of Godzilla, and she's wearing a little tutu, and that's also really adorable. But also, we get back to the main story. Shaggy and Scooby, of course, are frightened when they meet them. This whole movie has like Miss Grimwood, who was the headmistress, the teacher, the leader, the proprietor of this finishing school. She is very funny. Like, she just looks human, but also she has the classic, basically Adam's family twist, where they all like horrible, rotten things you're not supposed to like. Like, they eat rotten food. They eat dead things, like not dead in a good way. Like, it's, what is it, fungus fudge and and toadstool tea, and it's the classic Adams Family gag of all the things they eat and like are horrible. Like, they go for a field trip and it's raining and horribly windy and it's terrible weather, and of course Miss Grimwood says, of course, wow, it's great weather for a field trip. It's classic Adams Family. They like everything inversed, but eventually Shaggy and Scooby Doo get over their initial fear and actually commit to teaching these girls. And Shaggy being a gym teacher and who commits to being a gym teacher and teaching these girls how to play volleyball, and the girls instantly like, oh, they love them. But even when they see them running away, it's like, oh man, they're in great shape. They'll make great gym teachers, because the girls' school, Miss Grimwood's School for Girls, has their yearly volleyball game against the Callaway Academy. The cadets at the Callaway Academy, they have a yearly volleyball game against each other, in which Callaway always wins. And Callaway is essentially a military school for boys. But then every year they win the volleyball game and they go home with the trophy. And this year, Miss Grimwood School really wants to win. They really wants to bring it home. They really want the girls to feel like winners, feel like they accomplished something, which is why they hired Shaggy. Which is funny because I don't think this is ever brought up in any iteration of Scooby Doo after this, or anywhere in the canon, that Scooby the Shaggy was once a gym teacher, because for most of the series and most of the shows, they're teenagers. So when this one, clearly Shaggy is slightly older, I'm not gonna get into it because it's too much of a rabbit hole for me to go down in his voice, because I'll be very honest with you, this hurts a lot and I kind of wish I didn't commit to doing it the whole episode. I feel like it would have just worked for the intro and been a great time. In fact, I doubt any of you are listening this far into it because you got tired of this voice minutes ago and realized this isn't something you really want to hear. Because much like my throat doctor, you're telling me I should stop. I really don't need to do it. And also, why is it dipping into Southern preachers sometimes? I'll be honest with you, baby bubba, I don't know. Also, it has a little bit of Bootsy Collins. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just winging it here. But I'm not a bat. I'm a wolf man. Wolfman Swilly, baby. I'm committing to this bit. Why? I don't really know. Maybe because it makes me laugh. And maybe it makes you laugh. Hopefully it makes you laugh. Oh, God, please tell me it makes you laugh. Just give me a pity laugh, baby. All I need is a little bit of pity. I need a pity laugh. Come on, baby. Just give me a little bit, something to keep me going. I just need a little bit to keep this going. To keep the music flowing. This ain't music. I meant the magic. Oh, my God. I'm falling apart here. Why can't you help me, baby? I'm Wolfman Swilly, baby. That's only 1 month a year when I'm relevant, and it not working right now. I'm begging you, Wolfman Swilly needs the money, baby. I lost everything gambling. Oh, please. My wife walked out the door. She won't let me see my pups. Oh, man, she won't let me see my kids. Ooh, sad man Swilly, baby. Oh, but no, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep striving. We're gonna get right back into the groove of it, right back into the swing of it, back into Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School, baby. Oh! So, of course, Scooby and Shaggy and Scrappy, they leave the girls of Miss Grimwood Academy to victory. They beat the boys and pride the at the Callaway Academy, even though the Callaway cadets tried to cheat by using a remote control volleyball to sabotage the game, but unfortunately things go wrong for them, and Shaggy Scooby accidentally eats the remote. Oh man, maybe I should listen to my throat doctor and stop doing this. Oh man, but things are just it's set up to seem like the volleyball game is the main point, and things are just beginning because because there's a witch by the name of Revolta who knows the girl's monster fathers, and she's big known in the monster world, and her goal is to become the most powerful monster of them all. She resents the rest of the monsters for going soft. They had kids, they settled down, they won't know they read no more lies, baby. They tried to be like Wolfman Swilly. Actually, they succeeded where I failed, because God, man, Wolfman Swilly ain't doing too hot. Seriously, please do me a favor. Throw a like on this video. Throw some views on it. Share it with your friends. Please help me get them numbers up, baby. They're gonna take my car, which is where Wolfman Swilly is sleeping. And also, Wolfman Swilly can't sleep on the streets. The dog catches after me. Ow, ow, ow! He's so mean. Oh, that mean old dog cat is steady chasing Wolfman Swilly. I keep trying to tell him I'm a man. I'm not just a wolf, but he don't believe me, baby. And them cells get cold at night. And they ain't too friendly when you turn back into a man in a dog pound. They wondering how you got it. They think you snuck in there to do something unsacred, something unkind, some things that you shouldn't mention, things that shouldn't be done to dogs. And I'm definitely not there to do that, baby. I'm just trying to live my life, yeah, baby. I'm chasing babies. I ain't chasing babies, I'm chasing the ladies, you know what I mean? I'm after them hot mamas. Oh yeah, especially the vampire babies. Ooh, vampire ladies, baby. Oh man, I really should have somebody edit this out. But Wolfman Swilly ain't got the money, and talking that sex ain't paying too well. They pay me enough. They gave me a hot meal and a six-pack. Oh, baby, Wolfman Swilly, he loves him some drink, cause the Swilly, baby. Oh! But seriously though, Revolta's plan is to brainwash the girls and make them evil, so they can be her evil minions, thus raising her power, so she can be the most feared and powerful monster in the monster world. She can be the most evil, powerful witch of all, so everybody bows down and respects Revolta. Unfortunately, that ultimately backfires, and I'm gonna go ahead, for those of you that were expecting a more in-depth review, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and speed run this part, because there ain't too much to the story. They eventually beat her and her mirror monster, which I will say is one of the good parts of this, and also has a little bit of precursor to Shaggy becoming a werewolf, because the mirror monster version of Shaggy, who traps Shaggy in the mirror and then leaves as him in evil and has the fangs, and also has Shaggy's werewolf voice. So it's kind of like, it's a precursor to werewolf Shaggy from Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. But ultimately, they all meet to defeat. They get defeated. They beat Revolta. They go home and they all have a party. They go have a good time. And unfortunately, Scrappy raps because it's the 80s, so everybody has to fucking rap at some point. And oh God, is it basic and terrible. The beat's not horrible, but God, it's so simple. It's just, why 80s? Why did you try to rap? Oh God, I get it was the new wave, but nobody has to do it. It's the classic, I'm Bojack and I'm here to say, or no offense to Bojack Horseman, it's the classic, I'm insert name, and I'm here to say thing that rhyme, positive thing that rhymes with your name. And God, it's so cringy. I'm sorry, but it's cringy. It's horrible. It's lightsaber, cause lightsaber, it's terrible. Oh, baby, much like this episode. Unlike this episode's great and you love it, and you're gonna listen to it all the way through and share it with all your friends and let them all know how much you enjoyed it, and tell them that Talking at Six is the greatest podcast ever, and they should definitely have Wolfman Swilly back to do more episodes, even if they aren't Halloween themed, because he's just a great host who can really be on the airtime and makes you listen to him, and definitely doesn't have a grating voice that you get tired of almost instantly, especially after the intro. But anyway, thank you for checking out this episode. Thank you for spending some time with your favorite Wolfman. Hopefully this becomes your favorite podcast. But please, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, share it on social media, follow me on follow it on Facebook at Talking at Six, follow Talking at Six on Twitter at Talk That Six. Tell 1-6 how much you like him. Tell him he should have Wolfman Swilly back, or tell him how much you don't like him and he should be replaced with Wolfman Swilly, baby. But please, I already said it multiple times, but yeah, thank you for checking it out. Hopefully we'll come better next year, and yeah, Halloween is the right time, baby, for night and day, baby. I don't know where I'm going with this, but thank you, and good night.